So I think we should start. So how was the lunch? Okay. So now moving to the last panel of the day. It's the last panel, I said. It's not the last program, but so landfills and methane. So as we continue the sessions, the most pressing environmental challenges, so landfills and methane. So they are the major source of methane, a potent greenhouse gas contributing significantly to climate change. So today's session will focus on how landfills contribute to methane emissions and the innovative solutions being developed to manage and reduce this impact. So let's welcome our next moderator of the session, Mr. Mahesh Pandya from Paryavaran Mitra, Gujarat. Over to you, sir.
Namaskar. Really, it is a good atmosphere and pleasant atmosphere in Bangalore with respect to my place, Ahmedabad. Politically also. I'm from the Gujarat, where Gandhi born, and that is why I like some principles of Gandhi. Might be some are disagree with me, but it's a different matter. But I like Gandhi. And in 2016, when the Paris Agreement came, so on side events, I openly told that with due respect of Paris Agreement, if we follow the Gandhian 11 principles, Gandhi Ekadasha, then there is no need to do this kind of Paris Agreement. So that strong man we given to the world, unfortunately, we are not following Gandhi. And we saw the Gandhi Mela, I have something Mela here, Kodagara Mela. It is also the picture of the Gandhi with the message. Directly, I would like to invite my panelist, and then I will talk. Mr. Saji Sebastian is here somewhere. Yes, please come. Mr. Fictor Ferdinand. Yes, please. And Mr. Puttaraju. Yeah, please, welcome. Basically, I am a mismatch moderator. There are heroes. They are working at grassroots level regarding the landfill and social development work. My organization is like performing a watchdog or monitoring role, so like catalyst. So not doing the dirty hand, but superficial talking about. But time is constant, so I'm not talking much more, and I will give chance to the all three moderators. But I would like to mention that in 2013, my organization filed a petition in the National Green Tribunal regarding the landfill site at Rajkot. Rajkot is a one city of Gujarat, and the landfill site is like hopeless, and hazardous waste is moving here and there, and there's a lot of damage to the nearby farms and farmers and all. So the NGT given a 2 lakh rupees to Paryavaran Mitra to maintain this case, collected from the Gujarat Pollution Control Board, Central Pollution Control Board, Hanjar Biotech, and Rajkot Municipal Corporation. And 25 lakh rupees penalty as a compensation to the farmers, and which pay have to buy this Hanjar Biotech. Then Hanjar Biotech went to the Supreme Court, but Supreme Court immediately said that please deposit 25 lakh rupees first to the Rajkot collector, and then we will listen to you. After a long time, 2 months back, the Supreme Court judgment has come, and they approved the National Green Tribunal's order. And this is victory of my this case. And now the Rajkot Municipal Corporation is active to dispose of the landfill site, and now the 25 lakh rupees compensation to the farmers. Another case we filed in Ahmedabad, which is a 72-meter high mountain, which is called the Pirana. Ahmedabad is a plain territory, but there is a mountain in the eastern part of the Ahmedabad. So again, we went to the NGT long back, 10 years back. And also the order is that now corporation is reducing all this thing. But my this thing issue is land is a precious kind of valuable natural resources than water even. And land is not growing. Land is shrinkaging. And that is why we must have to worry about the land. So Gandhi's two principles that please use minimum resources and consume as per our requirement, not more than that. And do not deposit excessive amount the things. The two principles are there, then there is no kachra, waste. And Professor Sultana rightly pointed out that is a wrong word to say the waste management. It's a resource management, because Earth created five element, and the five element is the same in the this Brahmand Earth, but which are kind of mixing. So some extent it's a beneficiary also, and some extent it's a demerits also. So we have to segregate the five elements. So landfill is the important issue. Right now we are facing a problem of the food security. In the name of the renewable energy, we are wasting 1,000 amount of the land for the solar and wind, and we are calling the holy cows. But there is urgent need to do the environmental impact assessment of the so-called holy cow, solar and wind. Huge amount of land are grabbing by the, I do not want to name other. If I give the name, then definitely my FCRA will get cancelled. But we knows that who are the two heroes who are doing the land grabbings. So this is the issue. So we will talk in between. But first of all, I invite uh, Saji. And the biodata is very long. So I'm not going to read everything. But he is a postgraduate in social science, 30 years experience in the social development sector. At present, he is a executive director of the Socio-Economic Unit Foundation, which is called the SEUF, connected with the NGO Watson. And his very vast experience in legacy waste management. So, Saji, welcome here, and you have limit 8 minutes, and I might give power to Meenakshi to whenever the 8 minutes is completed, and she will show the signboard. Thank you, Meenakshi.
Good afternoon. All the time we are discussing about some preventive measures, but in the case of legacy waste management, it is not a preventive, it's a curative measure for what we have done for last 2-3 decades, especially in our case. I am here to share some experience in our Kerala situation, what we have done in legacy waste management. As you know, Kerala, somebody explained in the morning itself, we are in the southern part of India, mainly focusing on tourism and IT for our economic development, and the proper solid waste management is very crucial in that aspect also. But our peculiar situation of uh, densely populated, monsoon period, high water table, all these are related to the waste management also. Yeah, I'm not explaining this. The changing pattern in the quality of waste during the last decades. We have a number of solid waste management plants in our cities, but naturally the plants were meant for composting plants are mostly. But the changes in the pattern of the highly increasing the volume of percentage of non-biodegradable waste makes the composting plants fully not operational, and in many places the city level composting plants are closed down, and in that period itself a huge volume of waste dumped in mixed waste dumped in many cities of Kerala. Next. Currently, even though we are going for to avoid this situation, currently we are moving with decentralized waste management as our policy. And in the case of non-degradable waste also, around 35,000 Harita Karma Sena members engaged in all the local bodies of the state, and enough number of material recovery facilities are there. Clean Kerala companies exclusively working for the management of non-biodegradable waste. But we have to address the issue of identified legacy waste management dumps are in our state is 36 numbers, mainly major ones. 15 lakhs 47,479 cubic meters of legacy waste was identified as per our pollution control board reports. Major ones are Kochi, Calicut, Kannur corporations. You may remember the frequent outbreaks of fire happened in many years. You may heard about the which one happened in Brahmapuram, Kochi's dumping yard, around 100 acres of land, around 24 acres, a huge pile of, I think, 5 lakhs, 51,000 cubic meters of waste got fire in last year. But now Kerala is in the process of remediation of all these dumping sites. I am sharing few experience of few works we had done. I'm not going with going to explain the. This will generate approximately 3869 tons of CO2 equivalent these dump sites currently. Next. As part of the World Bank supported Kerala Solid Waste Management Project, 20 sites are initiated the remediation process for a 95 crore expenditure. Other sites also in progress. In our experience, initially the situation was waste management is the, how many minutes? 3 minutes, more. Waste management is in our urban local body situation is an activity of the health department, health inspectors are mainly, but the legacy waste management is an engineering activity. In the beginning, there was a lag in the initiatives. Later, we initiated after the first work in Munnar. It is famous for tourism. After the Munnar, SUF initiated the waste management of Munnar and initiated to gather all the stakeholders, and after that Kerala government came forward with the Shujitva mission came forward with a guideline in par with the guideline issued by the CPCB. After that, we have completed a major 51,000 cubic meter volume remediated, and few of the works are in progress. I am not explaining the methodology, some issues. These are the pictures of the Munnar before and after the remediation work. Next one, this is Thrissur. This is another municipalities we are working. The major issue is that, next, I am not explaining the last one only. Yeah, the major hurdles behind to achieve the total waste management. We have long period of monsoon, and we will get ideal at least 100 or 120 days only in a year for doing this work. Another major issue, our project development and cycle is not in par with the climatic cycle. Another major issue is that we are sending the RDF derived from the legacy waste management project to around 300 and 350 kilometers away to Tamil Nadu cement factories for co-processing. We have none of the facilities in our state. This will generate another huge amount of carbon footprint for the processing. These are the few hurdles we are facing, but we are in the process of clearing all the legacy waste management dump sites in our state within a period of 1 year or so. Thank you.
Thank you, Saji. Now I would like to invite Fictor, please. Yeah. Fictor is a post-graduation in biomanagement from the Badang Institute of Technology, and he's connected with the YPBB Indonesia, and then his Alliance for the Zero Waste Management Indonesia, and vast experience about the waste management. Please, Victor. Yes, why not?
So yeah, thank you. Good afternoon. I'm representing Alliance for Zero Waste Indonesia, or AZWI in short, where we are 10 organization, but 5 of our members are present in this workshop today. They sit in that row. So today I will be talking about our experience in banning organic waste to landfill. We all know that the problem of methane and also leachate from landfill comes from the organic waste that goes to landfill. And this is our organization. As we work on zero waste on different aspects, we work on from research to model building, from hard campaign into policy advocacy, all those sort of things. Because we have privilege because we have 10 organizations in that. Let's continue. Yeah. So during the period of mid 2023 to 2024, we have 38 landfill in Indonesia burned, and it was we suspicious it was because methane formed in the landfill. It's because instead of our hard effort to promote zero waste cities program, waste segregation from the source. As you can see here, the waste composition in Bandung, my city, and the Sarimukti landfill, that's the landfill where our waste goes to, is almost identical, the organic waste composition, right? 60 to only 49% in the Sarimukti landfill. So basically, almost all our organic waste from Bandung, which is 70% of Sarimukti landfill, waste to Sarimukti landfill is from Bandung. Next. given this condition, actually, what our current narratives in what we talk about in the meetings with the government, and the government wants to close the landfill or turn it into waste to energy facilities, or even just put pipes and do methane swapping. I mean, burn the methane from the landfill. But we think it will create more problem instead of solution. Like, for example, we still need the dump site, the landfill, to dump our residual waste. Like almost 30% of our waste composition is actually residual. Even if we succeeded with the zero waste campaign, we still have 30%. I mean, 30% still go to landfill. And the second is many of our waste picker will lose their livelihood, right? Because they work in the landfill. Like, for example, when the Sarimukti landfill catch fire, it's burned, those people are stopped working for a month, for full month. And these people incomes are daily. So you can imagine how what's the impact from burning or even closing the landfill to the livelihood of these people. And burning waste, yeah, it will increase greenhouse gas emissions or long-term climate impact because turn it into CO2. Next. So as we work with this framework, the first is turning all the organic waste into composting or bioconversion. While in doing that, we see as that can become just transition opportunities for waste pickers. We see that processing organic waste will become a long-term solution for these waste pickers, and also increase their working condition. And and then combine it with food loss prevention and food waste prevention by sharing food, like what we see from Gita Pertiwi this morning, that it will create a more sustainable, more resilient food for the people in the city. And the product of the composting and bioconversion can be used to grow food. Next, please. Yeah, and so actually there are more benefit to it. We see that from banning organic waste to landfill, from our research with Gaia, we can reach 75% of our provincial NDC target. So it's really big. Only from Bandung alone, we can reach 75% of our CO2 reduction target, and also creates more jobs. We calculate that it can create up to 6,000 new jobs only in processing organic waste. The situation is now in the discussion. The national government plan to stop or ban all the organic waste to landfill by 2025. But here in our place, West Java province already banned the organic waste since January, although the implementation is still ongoing. And also one district in Bali, Gianyar district, already stopped the organic waste goes to landfill. So they make segregated waste transportation to the landfill. Next. Next. Yeah, I think the policy framework for this is that we need to think outside the landfill first, and then in the landfill. To prepare the banning of organic waste, we should think first what we do in West Java is to prepare and reach consensus among the government bodies, because this is not only just stopping the organic waste, but also we need to increase the capacity of the municipalities to process the organic waste. And then that's the most important, I think. And then on the landfill, the monitoring system should be in place, and also the monitoring mechanism should be agreed among the municipalities, because landfill in Sarimukti, we have 4 municipalities that send waste to there. One more, the last, I think. Yeah. So again, this will happen only if there are firm policy on segregated waste from household, and also to generate capital to facilitate small and medium scale enterprises, so that the capacity of the municipalities can increase in processing organic waste. Thank you.
Thank you, Fictor. Now I would like to invite Puttaraju. He's a 36 years young guy. He's an ex-policeman. He served in the police department since 2009 to 2018. But now he's a Panchayat Development Officer in Ponampet Gram Panchayat, which come under the Rural Development and Panchayati Raj Department, Karnataka. So now floor is yours, because I mean he has a long biodata. In a young age, he has achieved a lot many things. So difficult to explain everything, but he achieved a good thing that 40 years old landfill site is there with the help of the Hasiru Dala. He cleaned it, and also he developed a digital library. And the plastic free panchayat also, and he received a state level and national level awards. So he's an energetic guy, and hope that he will do much more in future. Please, floor is
Thank you,
yours.
sir. Thank you.
I would like to invite Aparna Kumar to do the translation for Mr. Puttaraju, please.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks to Hasirudala and Gaya Asia Pacific. After the lunch, too hard to sit. Coorg is Scotland of Karnataka, but weekend it will become dustbin. Why? Because of, you know that. Traditionally and culturally very different district, that's Coorg. About Panchayat, 1934, Mahatma Gandhiji was visited Ponampet Gram Panchayat, the Ponampet town. About Ponampet town, 20,000 people floating with floating people, and also 6 wards and 20 elected representatives. Then landfill condition is, this is our panchayat.
Yeah, it's okay.
Naturally rich, that's next. This is the landfill site. 40 years or 40 feet deep it's, and also 50 years, around 50 years old dump yard. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು. ಇದು 50 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದಿಂದು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2018ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ಆನಂತರ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಹಿಂದೆ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಅದು ಈ ಡಂಪ್ ಸೈಟ್ಗೆ ವಿಲೇವಾರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Okay, let me translate. The landfill site that he is showing you is a 40 to 50-year-old site, 40 feet running deep inside. And before the work he started, everything used to be dumped there in this place. and this was the community landfill site.
ಅದು ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟೌನ್ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಏನು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು
So it was at the entrance of the town, and it used to be the welcome for all the people, and it used to be continuously burning dump site.
ಮಸ್ಕಿಟೋಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇಸಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈರ್ ಆಗುವಂತದ್ದು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಅದು ಅದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು.
So it would attract mosquitoes and spread diseases. Dump yard it was, and also catch fire during the summer months.
ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Wait. So they wanted to improve the waste management practices and wanted to shut the landfill, but since they were not aware how to execute and implement, and they did not have the know-how to do it, so it was just lying the way it was, that you can see.
ಆನಂತರ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಕೂರ್ಗ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಹಸಿರು ದಳದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು
Next. So they came across a citizen group called the Clean Coorg Initiative, along with, in the collaboration with Hasiru Dala.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆನಂತರ ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಫೈನಲ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು.
Okay, so the Gram Panchayat body and the administration decided to tackle the landfill site along with the cooperation and the guidance of the Clean Coorg Initiative and Hasiru Dala.
ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಡಾಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಡಂಪ್ ಸೈಟ್ಗಳಿದಾವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಇರೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಡಾಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದು.
So they collected the data, how much of the dump was being put on day-to-day basis, not only in this main dam site, but other dam sites around the town.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಏನೇನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಗಳು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ CCI ಮತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಹಸಿರು ದಳ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು.
So the Clean Coorg Initiative along with the Hasiru Dala sat with the Gram Panchayat and started working on the project.
ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಡೋರ್ ಟು ಡೋರ್ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದು. ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ವೆಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು 10 rupees ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
So the way it was started was after they took some time planning, and this is the timeline they are showing you on the slide, as you can see. So they did the door-to-door campaigns were conducted, and they distributed just the bags to every household establishment to collect the dry waste, and that's how they started, so that people don't dump the plastic and other mixed waste into the dump site.
ನಾವು IC ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್, ಟ್ವಿಟರ್, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರಾಮವಾಣಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೋ ಅದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
The panchayat used the social media, the local WhatsApp groups, and they circulated the source segregation, principles of source segregation, how to do that, and that's how the message was spread into the communities.
ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ IC ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೌರ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು.
So the next challenge was to train the segregation, train the staff. I mean, we call them Paura Karmikas. So that was the next challenge, how to train them into segregation, because till such time they would collect just the mixed waste and dump it into the dump site or the landfill.
ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ IC ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವರು ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಈಗ ವೇರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವಿಲ್ ವೇರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವೇ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಟೆಂಪ್ರವರಿ ಶೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಂಚಾಯಿತಿಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವು.
So how to, I mean, the resolve was say no to or zero landfill. So the first thing, since there was absence of all solid waste management practice in the Gram Panchayat, so what they did, they decided to first start a dry waste collection center in a small shed, temporary shed, which happens to be an, as he's mentioned, old registrar office, which is more than a century old. So funding has always been a challenge for him.
ನಂತರ IC ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೊಡವ ಸಮಾಜ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಮಿಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
So they went around all the institutions, school, colleges, offices, including the households and also homestays and other establishments, spreading the message of source segregation, and collection systems were organized and the waste brought from the source in a segregated way to the center.
ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, ಅವರು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅರಿವಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
Initially they were giving mixed waste and they were, mute to the change.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಂತವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿತ್ ಫೈನ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಕೂಡ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
So to make them understand, they started fining, all the offenders, and also SUP ban, which is very well imposed, was imposed on the offenders.
ನಂತರ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ನಾವು ದಾರಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಕೊಡಗು ಪರಿವರ್ತನಾ ಮೇಳ, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಯು ವಾಚ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ, ಕೊಡಗು ಪರಿವರ್ತನಾ ಮೇಳ, ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್, ದೆನ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವು.
So they made awareness programs in the form of Parivartana Velas, educating the communities to make use of alternates instead of plastic and the banned single-use plastics.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಂತವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿಯನ್ನ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ವು. ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರೇ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿನ ನಾವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ವು.
As per the Solid Waste Management Act, the waste generator has the responsibility to dispose also. So the panchayat educated the public and made them aware of it.
ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ.
So the panchayat told the public that they are going to help and join hands with the community to help the community dispose the waste.
ಸೊ ಹಂತವಾಗಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದು ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟರಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ವೆಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್, ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟರಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾವು 1200 ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಯಲ್ ಕಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿಯಿಂದ ವಿತರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ.
So as the time went by, they got to know the streams of different kinds of waste, wet waste, dry waste, sanitary waste, and the reject waste, which in their terms is not recyclable. So once they could segregate at source and at the center, they conducted various sessions on the menstrual hygiene, eco-friendly ways, and about 1,000 menstrual cups were distributed in the panchayat free of cost.
ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲದರ ಪರಿಣಾಮ, ನಾವು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ ಪರಿಣಾಮ 1/2 ಎಕರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಕೂರ್ಗ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಹಸಿರು ದಳದ ಸಹಯೋಗದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಯು ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಡಂಪ್ ಯಾರ್ಡ್.
So with once they were good at doing these initiatives, they shut the landfill, and the landfill looked something like this. And after shutting down, now it looks like this. And after 5 years, as you can read from the slide, with the help of the CCI team, Hasirudala, sponsored by Kodavakuta, the Ponnampet Grama Panchayati were successful in shutting down the landfill, but prior to shutting down the landfill, they carried out the basic solid waste management practices of DWCC and the awareness campaigns.
ಇವಾಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲದರ ಪರಿಣಾಮ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 500 ಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಟನ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಆಯ್ತು.
So because of this initiative, past 4 years or 3 years, every year they are saving 500 metric tons of, the mixed waste entering into the landfill. So now there is no landfill, and they are able to process this waste, which it comes to the center with a dry waste collection shed.
ನನ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸಿದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಈ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹೊಸದು ನನ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಎಮೋಷನಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲು ಹೇಗೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೋ, ಆ ನಂತರ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾಗಳಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನನ್ಗನ್ಸಿದ್ದು 500 ಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಟನ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೂಡ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದು ಪರಿಸರಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರಕ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮಾರಕ, ನೇಚರ್ಗೆ ಮಾರಕ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ನನ್ಗೆ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು.
So since I was new to this field, and having started this work and watching so many videos on the social media, once I realized that they were saving 500 metric tons, spoiling the environment and humanity. So he was very motivated and felt very pleased doing this work.
ಇದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅದು ಒಂದು 39 to 40 ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
So once they shut down the big landfill, they also shut down all the black spots surrounding the panchayat, and now the panchayat is a zero landfill. And
this is going to park. I think state level ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಒಂದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಇದು ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು.
So now the landfill site is going to be converted into a community park, and the work is in progress. So he is very happy and pleased to share this information with all of you.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ಒಂದು ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಆ ಕಡೆಗೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನೇಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಾಳಜಿ ವಹಿಸಿ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರದ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಕೂರ್ಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಸಿರು ದಳ ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮೂಲಕ ಒಂದು ಬಿಗ್ ಅಪ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
So general observation and the feeling was to turn this into a commercial venture, the closed landfill site. But after the experience of going through the whole process, because of the intervention of the Clean Coorg initiative and collaboration with Hasirudala, they went about in turning the landfill site into a community park, and he is very glad about it, that it did not turn into a commercial center but a community park, giving a message loud and clear to the people.
Next class. So this is a trash barrier with the help of also Clean Coorg initiative and local CSR fund. Trash barrier installed Kirehole.
This locally fabricated trash barrier has been installed in Kirehole, which is a stream that that connects Kaveri, and along with the administration and the Clean Coorg initiative, this has been installed near Pannampet GP, so stopping tons of plastic entering their waterways.
Thank you, tolerate me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Raju. It is wonderful, and also congratulations to the Siru Dalal prepared this kind of young people, so it can carry the waste management program across. Thank you all the three panelists because they already summarized the presentation, so there is no need to summarize further. But I have some my observation about the landfill and all. Under the Environmental Protection Act, we have a 6 kind of waste management rules. And there is hazardous waste rules. Under these rules, there is also, again, landfill site, which is called the TSDF site, treatment, storage, and disposal facilities. And it is really very risky and hazardous, this thing. And state like Gujarat and Maharashtra, we have victimized of this kind of hazardous waste landfill site. And we must have to use the raw material to the other production and all, but the industry people are not ready to do that. And that is why the number of the TSDF site is increasing even after the lot of opposition of the peoples. In Gujarat, since 3 times one public hearing of the TSDF is postponed because of the people's voice. So we must have to take care of this TSDF site. Sometimes government also want to earn the revenue. Like I will give the example. The Blue Lady ship is coming to the Gujarat 10 years back, and which is full of the hazardous waste. It is not actually coming to break the ship at the Alang, but actually they want to dump the hazardous waste. But fortunately, the alliance of the our civil society people, and at that time this government was not there. So fortunately, so we succeed, and we stop the Blue Lady ship this time. Also, there is a in 2008. You know the Union Carbide case in the Bhopal. Till the waste is there. So government of Gujarat want this waste to carry here in Gujarat to earn the revenue. And it's also the, violation of the Basel Convention. But we are not aware about, and today, whatever the people's movement, we know that how to tough to carry out the people's movement. But you go through the various judgment of the Supreme Court and High Court. They are telling that whatever the direction they pass in the Supreme Court, High Court, or the National Union Tribunal is not going to implement. Otherwise, if the people's movement is there. But today, the people's movement is very difficult. So what to do? Even NGT is giving a number of order on environmental protection. Unfortunately, it's not happening. So we have to take care of this. Ultimately, whatever the waste management, of course, it's a resource management. Niti Aayog already given a direction to the all rural department that we must have to take care of the waste management at the rural level. But the plastic waste is there, landfill is there. There is no budgetary provision is there. So my appeal to all is, why don't we write a letter to the Prime Minister and Niti Aayog to sanction some funds and to connect the Manrega fund for the waste management and plastic management in rural areas. Also, we have the Member of Parliament Area Development Fund and MLA's Area Development Fund. So we also try and kind of movement. Why not they are sanctioning this kind of fund for the rural development, particularly the waste management and all. So we must have to try all these things for the waste management or the resource management of this thing. Thank you very much to all the panelists. Nirmala ji, how much time left? And according to you, please ask the question.
Unfortunately, we cannot open the floor because of the time constraint. So this discussion will continue during the tea break. Can we continue this during the tea break? Panelists will also be available. Is it okay for all of them? Yeah? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because, yeah. So I request Archana to present the token of appreciation to all our panelists and then a group photo. And thank you, Aparna Kumar, for the translation. So, thank you all. Thank you.